Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Shri Gurave Namaha. We are in the 12th mantra. Andam tama pravishanti ye asambhuti mupasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yau sambhutyagam rataha अन्य देवाहु संभवात अन्य दाहुर संभवात इति शुश्रुमधीराणाम येनस्तद्विचक्षिरे संभूतिं च विनाशं च यस्तद्वेदो भयं सः विनाशेन मृत्युं तीर्त्वा असम्भूत्यामृतमश्नुते. So our life should be clearly understood. One is who is living the life, and second is where the life is lived. Both the things are important to be understood correctly. Who is living the life? If this is not understood correctly, then we suffer as mother, father, husband, wife, in-law, outlaw. But if we recognize that we all have to play different roles in our life. So play the role of the son, the husband, the wife, the father, the in-law. Play the role like Karnataka. Don't take anything unnecessarily serious in life. See, friends, although we listen to this, but we are not able to convert this information into our experience. Shravan, I don't know. Listen. I heard, but I have got lots of doubt. So reflect on that. So Shravan, Manan. Shravan for removing I don't know. Manan for removing doubts. And spiritual practice is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. Therefore, nididhyasan. Nididhyasan means committed to this, to the exclusion of everything. When we went to that Amitabh Buddhist place, So what is Buddhism? Buddhism is the Tantra Shastra. Then what is Vipassana? That is another Prana Shastra. Then what is the Puja Pothi? That is another Tantra Shastra. What is Aghori Vidya? So many things are available. Like a rich man's marriage, if you attend, there will be so many varieties of things available to eat. Now, these varieties are given not for us to eat everything. We must have a common sense out of all these things, whichever suits us that we should eat. No, but they have made so many things, therefore there cannot be more foolishness than this. Okay? Again, this I learned from you all. When initially I was new in my profession, so people used to give so much food. Then recently studied Annam Brahmeti Vyajanat. Food is God. You should not waste the food. And they will be giving so much quantity as if I am without food for last 300 years. And then it should not be wasted. So eat, oh eat, eat, oh eat, eat, oh eat. And thereafter suffer. So one day I thought, can there be any way out for this? So I told him, I say, whatever you want to give me in katoris. Don't put everything in plate, I don't like it. So they started giving in katoris. Then from every katori or whatever I want, I has to take teaspoonful of sabji, teaspoonful of dal, little bit, And that's it. Whichever suits you, take that. Exactly the same way. Our Hindu culture, Sanatan Dharma, is so rich. There are so many paths. It is unlike others. One book, one day, one God, one day to die everybody. No. So many varieties. So karma is there, upasana is there. In upasana, Devi upasana, and then the Shiva upasana, then Vaishnava upasana. How many of them? So we keep on reading and exposing ourselves to everything and end up in a hodgepodge. Hodgepodge means khichdi. About this, I'll tell you an example. In Bhagavad Mahapuran, after the whole story is over, Parikshit was beaten by Takshaka and he died. What for he heard? Because he was cursed that you will be beaten by the Takshaka and cobra and you will die. So he heard all the 7 days. And yet he came and beat him, he died. So what is the use? Then in Devi Bhagavat probably, another story comes about the same event. That after hearing the Bhagavad Katha, the snake did not come and bite this Parikshit. So both the things read. No confusion. This is right or that is right. Therefore, tad vijnanartham guru meva vigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. In both the cases, he was not bitten by the cobra. But it is said clearly, Are Maharaj, if you are studied properly, you will come to know, after listening the 11th canto, Parikshitji has already discarded body identification and the notion that I am a soul. By going through that satsanga, he discovered that he is supporting everything. Nothing can disturb him. After having discarded already the body identification and the notion that I am a soul, he was already dead. Dead to what? To the body and being a soul. Therefore, the snake came and he has given the bite to a dead body. See? But when we do not study properly, only read here and here and there, WhatsApp university graduates read something here and there and start getting into the knowledge. Don't do that. Therefore, here we have to understand the three steps. I don't know. Then satsanga shravana. It is not mentioned studying or reading. Shravana, listen. See? Then our wrong notions are cleared. But actually, I understood it, but I have some doubts here and there. Then reflect on that. Think how it could be right, not how it is wrong. By that, the doubts associated with the knowledge will be removed. But this will not happen overnight. See? But what happens? We study here and there, and then one lady asked me in Delhi, Swamiji, don't quote my example and don't make fun of me. I said, Amma, there is no need. You are self-sufficient. Tell me how far I have come in spiritual progress. Can you tell me? I said, stand there. You have come up to knees. Still you have to grow ahead. Friends, infinite has only one option. Either you know or you don't know. There is no fraction. See, friends. Therefore, Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. Committed to this. What we have to committed to this? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Bhagwan Shankaracharya writes, Shlokardhena Pravakshami Yaduktam Grantha Kotivihi. What is told by thousands and thousands of scriptures, I summarize it and tell you by half shloka. Shlokardhena pravakshami. Yad uktam grantha kotivihi. What is that, sir? Brahma satyam jagan mithya. But then if the jagat is mithya, then do you think this, why did he write these so many commentaries? So was he writing it for? If this kind of thoughts come in our mind, we require to go through the polishing. The friends. Therefore, Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. Now committed to only one. What it is like being other than the body. Don't label it with any name. Whether this is Dvaita, whether Advaita or Vishishta Advaita or Buddhism or Jainism, then you will be lost. So now, take this as a takeaway. First goal, what it is like being other than the body. But don't practice it while driving the car. You will put burden on the insurance. So we'll slowly discover. Other than the body means what? And that is called as Nididhyasan. Nididhyasan is, we are mad after this. See? So, Shravan Manan Nididhyasan. Now, for such a student, now the theme comes. Now we have to look after where are we living. So, Andam Tamaha Pravishanti, ye Asambhutim Upasate. Asambhuti means unmanifest. Unmanifest means cause. See? So, gold is the cause where ornaments are unmanifest. They are not coming from outside. See? So, Asambhutim upasate, those who are all the time only thinking about God, I had to do this thing, I had to do that thing, and therefore I should do the seva of the world. See, we come across many very sincere seekers. There are many seva organizations. They join because when they are young, they want to do something, do something. And how many days will you do seva? 1 day, 2 day, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 10 years. I tell you, there are dozens of them who came to us. They said, Swamiji, we have been doing seva for last 30 years. What next? See, about this, I'll tell you an example. There was a great saint in Maharashtra. His name was Gadge Baba. Then Gadge Baba was, why he was called that? Because he used to have a earthen pot, and that he used to use for everything. Put on his head, tie with a muffler, and a funny dress, the old striped pajamas, then petty shoes torn, somebody's thrown away socks, that kind of person. Great saint. It is because of whom Ambedkar did not become Christian and Muslim. Because of him, he became Buddhist. So, he came from the same community to which Ambedkar belonged. So, Ambedkar was respecting him. Then what happened? That to teach cleanliness to the people, society, so he started wherever there is a yatra, congregation of many people. So he used to go there, clean that whole ground with a jhadu in his hand, put proper lines, and after that, this is for the ladies, this is for the gents, this is for the vegetable shop, this is for the toys. He used to do that so that people learn how to be disciplined, clean and neat. Once, twice. Thereafter, wherever there is anything, people used to wait, Arey, Gadge Baba has not come, who will do it now? He failed to teach these people. See, friends, whole life he was only having jhadu in his hand. Nobody will change. Then frustration. See, friends, therefore, asambhutim upasate. Don't get lost in this world. Take care of yourself. Then, tato bhuya ivate tamaha yau sambhutyagam rataha. And much more darkness one enters when sambhuti is effect, manifestation. So when one is working only for selfishness, me, my wife, my children, let the whole world go to hell. No. You know these three threads that we have after the Yajñopavitam, they are self-imposed bondages on ourselves. Whenever something is done by our choice, it is a freedom. Now all of you have come here. Now those of you who have come here on your own choice, you will be enjoying. Those of you who have been tied down with a lead, chalo na, okay, they will be suffering. See, friends, therefore, when we accept the bondage, The first thread is the bondage. It is our obligation to take care of our parents. First bondage. Then we break the barrier of I, Sambhuti. Why should I do? No, it is a responsibility. The second thread is we have responsibility toward the society. We have our share, participate, and do whatever is required to be done. And the third and the most important, we have responsibility towards our spiritual evolution. Three threads, self-imposed bondages. But instead of doing this way, we are concerned only selfishness. Let the world go to hell. I want this. No. See? And such extremely selfish people, they get lost in their small cocoon. They can't think beyond. See, friends. Therefore, we have to live in this world in such a manner that asambhuti, the unmanifest, as well as the manifest, we must have a proper, perfect balance when we are living our life in this world. Now, what is that balance? In the 13th mantra, Anya Devahu Sambhavat,
अन्यदेवाहुः सम्भवात्
Anya Dahura Sambhavat,
अन्यदाहुरसम्भवात्
Iti Shushrumadhiranam,
इति शुश्रुमधीराणाम्
Yenastadvichachakshire.
येनस्तद्विचचक्षिरे.
This is what we have heard from the wise people who taught us. What you have heard? Anyad eva ahu sambhavat. Those who are living their life only at the manifest, individual, or the effect level, only they are living, they will have some other result. And anyadahu asambhavat. And those who are engaging only at the causal level, see, they will have a different result. See, meaning what? We have to have a perfect balance. We have to give time to our nears and dears. We have to give time to the society where we live. We have to give time for our spiritual evolution. Because Anyadevahu Sambhava, if we are only talking about the manifest world, see friends, this principle of last life, this life, next life, sin, merit, hell, heaven, if this is removed from the thought process, then nothing can justify why I should be good to others. Like the Charvak says, Rudam krutva ghrutam pibet. Take money from whatever you want, enjoy your life. Once you die, everything is over. Let him do what he does. We have enjoyed our life. But if this is told, that all the good and bad that is happening in your life, because in your last life you have lived a good or bad life. Now, if you do not control your life in this life, then next life you may go to hell or heaven. By this, the masses are controlled. Masses are controlled by two remote control switches. One is the element of fear. All these people are sitting with the mask. Is it devotion? Element of fear. By the fear element, masses can be controlled. See? And what is the fear? You'll go to hell, you'll go to heaven. You know, that man is suffering. You know why? Because in the last life, he has done this thing. Oh God, I don't want that. Behave properly. Control. Second thing, a sense of guilt. A guilty person cannot be at peace with himself. in the old age, this guilt kills a person while he is alive. See, I'll tell you two examples about this. First is authority of the scriptures. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is distinctly brought out that in the old age, two thoughts persecuted old man because he has to live 24/7. He is not engaged. He doesn't get sleep. He has to live every day 24 hours. And the mind is never under control. Mind is never disciplined. Mind is never given something higher in our life, leading a only disgusted life of selfishness. And in that selfishness, one can go to any extent. Now, to such people, Upanishad says, there are two things which persecute them. Kimaham papam akaravamiti. When I was young, why did I destroy the life of that man? I know he was destroyed because of me. I hope I am not troubled by God. Then, kimahagam sadhuna karavamiti. When I was young, like many old people say, Swamiji, now you should do something for teaching Bhagavad Gita to the children. See? One person from Australia, he once told me, Swamiji, our children outside India, they know about our religion better than the children in India. They know bhajan kirtan, they know Bhagavad Gita, they know chanting. But Indian children in India, they don't know anything. See? I said, Maharaj, if you have a little cool mind, you'll come to know. Here you are having no devotion, love for God. You have got fear. My son, my daughter may hook with somebody and go away. And therefore, beta, we are Hindus. We are Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva. And one day, that boy or a girl, Papa, tata, bye-bye. It is not out of devotion for the Lord, but it is fear. See? In India, spirituality is through osmosis. The whole year is throbbing with so many functions going on. You don't have to go there like that. See? Therefore, Anyadevahu Sambhavat. See, if we have been living our life only with the selfishness, then when the old age comes, we suffer the most. This is from the Upanishad. Now, a practical example. There was some time I was in Haridwar and we were in Harki Paudi, about 15-20 of us. I was standing in the center in the Ganges and all around me. So everybody I was giving Abhishek with Purusha Sukta. Come one by one mantra. Om Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vrutva Atyatishta Dashangulam. Go. Second, third, like that. And one man was watching from the nearby place. He says, Swamiji, I have got a question. Questions don't leave me. Probably I am a questionable personality. People are happy. The moment they see me, they see questions. I said, no question. If you want, come inside the waters. I thought he will not come. He changed and came. And then, Swamiji, I have got something bugging me. It doesn't leave me. I am so frustrated. I tried medicines. I went to the psychiatrist, to the counselor. But what I have done is not living me. What should I do? I say, first, don't ask questions. Number two, whatever I do it straight away. Number three, disappear, never come again. Agreed? He said, okay. So I said, now I'll put your head below the waters, Ganges. Whatever is bugging you, bothering you, think of that. Close your right nostril and thinking, remembering that you remove it, the air remove from the left nostril. Slowly, slowly, that sin, what you have done, which is bugging you, will slowly, slowly get out. I said, I'll do it 3 times. So again, 3 times he did. I said, if you talk, that sin will come million times more in your life. Do you want to talk? Even he didn't say no. I said, disappear. He went. After about 6 months or some time, he happened to cross me on some airport. Swamiji, namaste, namaste. How are you? I said, I'm fine. Do you recognize me? I said, no, I don't recognize you. Who are you? Then he told, see, I came to Haridwar and you did with this thing to me. So then, from that day onwards, my mind is free. I know that event. But earlier, as it was bugging me in December. See, friends. Therefore, when we are leading our life utterly selfish, then these wrongdoings and right omissions, they create a tremendous pressure on our mind. And in old age, who is with us other than our mind? And the mind starts torturing us. Therefore, Anyadevahu Sambhavat. Therefore, lead your life when you are going through with a proper balance. Not only selfishness. Yes, we have to give importance to our personal life, no doubt about it, but not at the cost of the people around us. So, Anyadevahu Sambhavat. Then, Anyadahura Sambhavat. And the result of the upasana done for the unmanifest gods, etc., or the society, you will get the name and fame, but inside you will have guilt and frustration that we have not taken care of those who are dependent on us. Therefore, we take care of our personal life wherever we are living, and we also have obligation toward the society for what or the society which is supporting us. See how important it is. Anyadevahu sambhavat, anyadahura sambhavat, iti shushrumadhiranam, yenastad vijachakshire. Now see the translation that I have given. You will read it and see what happens. Nothing happens. The results of pursuit of the manifest reality is different, and that of the unmanifest reality is different. They thus declare the wise men from whom we have heard all the well expounded explanation regarding the field of pursuit. क्या समझ में आया? And this is what people do. Take the Gita. Gita. Why the hell they wrote in Sanskrit? We go, we study for years together. It doesn't drop from heaven. See, take one example for this study and commitment. A stone unclaimed. Then it was found out by some sculptor. And then he starts chisel and hammer treatment. That time the stone must be enjoying? No, suffering. Oh God, why all the things are coming? See, other stones are so lucky. Nobody is hitting this. Complain, complain, complain. And when the complete Vigraha is there, established in some temple, and millions of people come and do namaskar, that namaskar doesn't happen free. It has gone through the hammer and chisel treatment. What we see, the finished product, behind that, what happened, we do not know. Therefore, this balance, we have responsibility towards our nears and dears, we have responsibility towards the society, and we also have responsibility towards our spiritual evolution. This is the meaning of these mantras. Okay? Now, 14th mantra, Sambhutim cha vinasham cha
Sambhutim cha vinasham cha
yastadvedo bhayagam saha
yastadvedo bhayam saha
vinashena mrutyum tirtvam
vinashena mrityum tirtva
asambhutyatma amrita ashnute. Yeah, amritam ashnute. See what happens because of the earlier samskar. Although here we cannot write it because it is typed, but in original Sanskrit, it is Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastad vedo bhayagam sa. That anuswar is chanted as gam. Because of the old samskar, it comes like that. Okay, Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastad veda ubhayam sa. See, it is not bhayam, ubhayam. See, veda akaranta and ubhayam ukaranta. A plus u is equal to o. This is how yastad vedo bhayagam saha. So, sambhutim cha vinasham cha. He who is able to understand yastad veda ubhayam, both of them he has clearly understood. See? Then what will happen? Vinashena mrityum tirtva. See? So his life will be fulfilled as somebody who lived a responsible life towards all those to whom he is responsible for. Vinashena mrityum tirtva. He will never no more carry the burden of regrets and fear in his life. Vinasha is the effect, the individuality, and our responsibility towards people around us. And Vinashena mrityum tirtva asambhutya amritam ashnute. So once we have taken care of our relative existence perfectly, then we can think of real spiritual evolution. See? I was telling him, there is one event in the life of Shirdi Sai Baba. There was one sannyasi from probably Chennai, Madras those days. He happened to go, he wanted to go to Kailash and all that. So on the way, he came across, there is somebody like Shirdi Sai Baba, let me go and take darshan. Sannyasi. And after he has gone there, so this great master rebuked him, scolded him, throw away him, don't allow him to come near me. But the sannyasi was so pleased because the very presence of him cooled down all his agitations. After 3 days, this sannyasi gets a letter that his mother is very ill on deathbed and thinking and calling him. So he goes and tells that please bless me that I go and take darshan of my mother before she dies. Again he gets the rebuke. You have taken the ochre robe. Before you have taken ochre robe, you should think twice. Now you are dead practically. Because what is sannyasa? In sannyasa, we have done the Viraja Homa. In that Viraja Homa, we have done our Pindadan. My Shraddha is over. I have done Pindadan, Shraddha, everything is over. So, all practical purposes, I am dead. Then he scolds him. If you are so much attached to your mother, why did you take this ochre robe? See? Therefore, we have to clearly understand. If you fulfill your duties, vinashena mrityum tirtva, you will have no regrets, no frustration. See? And then asambhutya amrutamashnute. And then you are now in tune with the divine. So at the time of dropping the body, be very attentive. यदा सर्वे प्रमुच्यन्ते कामा यस्य हृदिश्रितः अथ मर्त्यः अमृतो होति अत्र ब्रह्म समश्नुते. When we live at zero desire levels, you are merged with the divine there and then. See? Na tasya prana utkramanti. Wise people do not die like the ignorant people die. How the ignorant people die? Their prana goes out, along with the prana, the jiva goes out, and then searching, jaun to jaun kaha. And then he enters the womb. There he sees there is one board hanging, T-O space L-E-T. So this I.com, he says, oh, there is a space there. So he goes and enters, and T-O-I-L-E-T is born again. But the wise people, because they have already discarded their body identification, they don't leave the body. Body is dropped. For this, there are 2-3 examples given in our scriptures. One is, when a pot breaks, what happens to the pot space? Will the pot space go out of the pot in search of another potty? See? Therefore, hold on to this point. The body is in the prana. Prana and the body, they are in the mind. Then body, prana and the mind, they are in the consciousness. It is not difficult, friends. If the worldly things and beings do not have too much impact on us, to that extent, we are out of body identification. Therefore, Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes, Kshatrau mitre putre bandhau ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhau. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Our Mahamantra, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. Don't create friends, आओ मत कहो, जाओ मत कहो. Don't create enemies. Be friendly with everyone. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha. Be friendly. As a result, slowly, our mind will be emptied. To the extent the mind is emptied, to that extent divinity starts expressing through us. Imagine our mind is like a suitcase. We have stuffed the things inside. And there are still more things to do. Now what is to be done? Take next life. Buy one more suitcase. See? But if we learn that now enough, empty, empty, give up, give up, give up. Tyage naike amrutatva manashu. The day we will recognize this principle, real joy is in renunciation, in giving up, and not in indulgence. Nobody can teach us this. It must be our experience. See? Again, example. One of my old friend, military officer, he met me and told, the Swamiji, best news of my life. I have given up smoking. What is great about it? हम तो कभी smoke किए ही नहीं. He will not understand. I said, then you make me understand. He said, I was smoking for 60 years. Now I have given up smoking. I'm so happy. Now learn. 60 years you smoke. Your quantity of happiness is X. Now you have given up smoking, renunciation. Now, what is the quantity of happiness on the scale of X? He said, million times. See, friend, be very attentive. Are we not doing this thing? When we sleep, we give up desha, we give up kala, we give vyakti, give up vyaktitva. In deep sleep, we are not in Sedona. In deep sleep, we are not in 2024. In deep sleep, we are neither man, woman, young, old, healthy, unhealthy, doctor, patient. But we are there. And when we give up everything, when we wake up in the morning, how fresh and cheerful we are, because Upanishad says, Ahar Ahar Brahma Gamayati. Every deep sleep, we are one with the divine. Like our phone is one with the mains at night. So next morning when you get it fully charged. But when it is fully charged, what we do? WhatsApp, useless. See, in the same manner, whole night we are fully charged, one with the divine. But when we get up in the morning, same thing. Mera bed kahan gaya? Arey bed bug, get up. See, friends, there is nothing else except the same thing again and again. Therefore, this we have to recognize. Vinashena mrityum tirtva. The death is getting buried in the relative world. Be responsible, but don't get entangled in this. Tyage naike amrutatva manash. And asambhutya amrutam ashnute. Asambhuti means the causal level. So when we come to the causal level, we come to discover, be attentive. When colors and forms are removed, no loss to the vision. When sense organs are closed, no loss to the mind. When the mind is sleeping, no loss to the principle of life. What is lost? Nothing is lost. And when colors and forms are seen, is it a gain to the eyes? When something is reflected in the mirror, is it a burden to the mirror? If we stand before 10 mirrors, have we become 10? Because the reflections are 10. Thus slowly, slowly, we have to work on it individually. Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastadvedo bhayagam sah vinashena mrityum tirtva asambhutya amrutam ashnute. See, friends, it is so important to know this in our life. Now, what is that mantra number? 15 or 16?
15.
14 over, okay. Now I have to find out where is the 15. Got it. Now the 15th mantra tells us, Hiranmayena patrena
हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण
satyasyapi hitam mukham
सतस्य विहितं मुखं
tattvam pushanna pavruno
तत्त्वं पुरुषन्नपावृणो
satyadharmaya drishtaye.
सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये.
Now, up to here, the principles of leading a perfect life were given. The truth was revealed. And those who are established in this knowledge, they are the saints and sages, and they have given us knowledge in the form of scriptures. And what they have given is these two things. See? Andham tamaha pravishati ye avidyam upasate tato bhuya ivate tamaha yav vidyaya gamrataha. About ourselves, who told these great masters? Our scriptures. Then, second thing, sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastadvedo bhayagam saha. The field of operation. That also was told to us. Ye nattad vichakshire, those who taught us. Gave. After having done this, now we are prepared. Now we have to, what is spiritual practice? Spiritual practice is delete the small I and let the infinite I express. Otherwise, I have done that, I have done that. You will see all the great masters. They never claim that I have done this thing. Then it has happened through them. And those who have this notion, I have done, their life is full of miseries and frustration. You will see, for example, two examples. One is the professional performance artist who sing bhajans. Their bhajan singing is meant for getting the clapping from the people. See? Meri chunari, re. People get fed up and they clap. And the Dumbo thinks that his chunari was appreciated. See? Similarly, if you see, have you heard sometime the Hasya Kavi Sammelan? It comes on YouTube. Good time pass. So, those who do not have wit and humor in them, they also want to say something. They will say something so pathetic. Nobody wants to laugh. But they say, now clap. Then only I get inspiration. You must clap. But there is nothing to clap. No, I just now told you a joke. Acha, it was a joke. See? They are doing performance. Spiritual life is not a performance. It is an experience. See? Once in Calcutta, many years before, maybe 30, 40 years before, the children were having a program, what you call that fancy dress competition. So one child became Shankaracharya, he came, and then the audience, particularly the parents, they clapped. He went. Then another girl came, she became Mirabai. So everything was going on. And then they say, Swamiji, now you please address everybody. So I went. I said, look here, I am not a fancy dress competitor. I'm a real Swami. How important it is. See? But when Mirabai used to sing, she was not singing for the audience. She was singing for the Lord. मेरे तो गिरिधर गोपाल दूसरो न कोई. See? Adhyatma is this. I must be deleted. Then only he expresses. In the language of Bhagwan Raman Maharshi, see, there he says, Ahaminasha bhaji, aham taya, spurati vrut swayam, paramapurna sat. Ahamanasha bhaji. When you make the bhaji of your aham, nasha bhaji means destructible. Be attentive. After marriage, I am born as a husband. After divorce, what happens to husband? Does he die? He cannot die because he didn't exist. So what is husband? Mithya pratyay. Therefore, try this in your life if you want to be really happy. Address each other mithya. Mithya darling. What do you want, mithya honey? Life will be a great fun. See? But we take life so seriously and imagine we are walking spiritual path. See, friends. So, this I has to be deleted. Ahamanasha bhaji, aham taya, spurati vrut swayam. Vrut is Paramatma. Harati iti hridayam, Paramatma. Paramapurna sat, infinite being. When this small pokey I disappears. And then this small pokey I disappears, the truth is revealed, but it is not recognized by us. In deep sleep, we are all one with the divine. But we don't recognize this is the truth. Because we are under the spell of ignorance. Again, we start the day, next day morning, same thing. Where I am, when I am, what I am, I have to do that, I have to do that, and again the same thing. Therefore, all our efforts will be fructifying if we invoke divine grace. Yad yad karma karomi tat tadakilam shambho tavaradhana. See, friends, the ego of doing something bad can be deleted because we recognize it is bad. But somebody gets up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, then does yoga, and then does meditation, and then does the japa, and then studies the scriptures, then goes to work, and doesn't fight with anybody, and loves his wife and children. What will be his? I am not like others, waking up late in the morning. I get up early in the morning. I am not like others, eating non-vegetarian all the time. I eat only when I am out. See, friends, this ego is so terrible. If the ego is something bad, suppose ego is I am a drunkard. One day it may click and I may give up drinking. But I get up early morning, I do my sadhana, I study scriptures, I go to temple. Now I have reached acme of perfection. Konnosti sadrusho maya. Who is like me? Yakshe dasyami modishe. See, asur sampat vibhaga yogona. Holier than thou. This is exactly what happened to Arjun. Arjuna says, these Kauravas, Dhritarashtra's children, they are Atatai. Atatai means terrorist. A terrorist should not be tried in the court. He should be killed without trial. See? They are Atatai. And who are you, sir? Oh, Asmabhi Prapashyadbhi. We understand. We are wise. We are not like them. This is how the ego destroys us. See? We come to a cul-de-sac. Now I have done everything. But I don't know why people don't listen to me. See? There was one person, he was chief engineer of some electricity board of some state in India. After he retired, then that virus went in his head. I want to take sannyas. So he asked me. I said, no, I don't give sannyas to anybody. But I want. I said, then you go to shopping. You will get plenty. I will take. He went to Rishikesh. Rishikesh, you get sannyas. So he went there, took sannyas from Shivananda Ashram, from Swami, from me, Chidanandaji Maharaj. When he took sannyas, wife was there. I will also take. ये कोई पकोड़े है क्या? You can imagine, both of them took sannyas. And thereafter, then they came back to their place. Same house, same bed, same thing, only makeup change. As per usual habit, in the morning, he asked her, will you please give me a hot cup of tea? To whom you are telling? I am no your wife. Do yourself. See? And then he will be coming out and expected everybody should respect him. He is a sannyasi. He will give Ashirwad. But the local people knew him, अरे वर्मे तू क्या कर रहा है? कब से बना ये कार्टून? His name was Verma. तू क्या कर रहा है यार? And he used to get, don't call me like that. I am a sannyasi. Gadbadaranda. To whom are you cheating in life? This ego is like the musca domestica. You know musca domestica? The housefly. Housefly has no discrimination where to sit. Let it be prasad of Balaji, or let it be a shit a child has done. It will go and sit anywhere. Same way, this ego is like this. Ego is not only something bad, but ego is something good. Holier than thou. To get rid of this, we have to invoke divine through prayers. See? Even Patanjali, he defines what is the niyam. Yama is how do we deal with the world. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. By these 5 principles, deal with the world. There is Yama Sadhana. Niyam Sadhana, we should not become a problem to ourselves. You will see, we are the most and worst problem to ourselves. Suppose I am fed up of him, I will go away. I am fed up of myself. Jaun to jaun kahan? Baad mein. Think, friends. And therefore, niyam sadhana, shaucha, santosha, tapa, swadhyaya, and last is Ishvara pranidhanani niyamaha. See, so you may have Shaucha, then Santosha, Tapa, Swadhyaya. Okay. But the most important is Ishvara Pranidhan, surrender at the feet of the Lord. See, friends, yoga without devotion is circus. Meditation without devotion is silent suffering. Social work without devotion to the Lord is thickening our ego. The most important principle in our life must be devotion. And therefore, last four mantras are explaining the importance of devotion in our life. Listen here and there Upanishad and there Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. See, be attentive. While dealing with ourselves, Vedanta. While dealing with the world, devotion. This balance must be brought. See? And for that, these last four mantras are the mantras which are invoking the divine grace in our life as the important factor of spiritual life. Therefore, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Pihitam Mukham Tattvam Pushanna Pavruno Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. And the remaining mantras as well as this mantra we will conclude in our tomorrow's satsanga. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.